all attached to it. Everything will work just the same. Now it's time to drop the role ID key. PHP artisan make migration drop role ID column to users table. Let's go to the drop role ID column to the users table. Here we'll say the table drop column user ID and the table drop foreign user ID. So the first one should be the foreign key and the second one should be dropped the column. And for the rollback we have to add it again. So let's go to the create users table. It's not here, it should be on the add role ID to users table. So let's copy this part and add it to our newly created migration. PHP artisan migrate now. So I made the mistake here, it should be role ID, not user ID. Let's migrate again. So it's successfully migrated, and that means that the role ID is removed from our database. If we check the users table, we can see that we have the isInfluencer column, but we don't have the role ID column. And if we use the endpoint, it will work the same. Now we can remove the role ID in the register request. We are logged in as an influencer now, and we can access our own data. If we change here the URL to admin/users, we will see that we are getting all the users here, which is wrong because I'm logged in as an influencer. I should not have access to the admin specific routes. So how can we distinguish between logins and to prevent the login from another user type? Laravel Passport has already a functionality for this, which is scopes. So let me show you what I mean. Let's go to kernel.php, and here we will add two middlewares, which are the scopes. So these are the two middlewares that we want to add: check scopes and checks for any scope. And let's go back to api.php, and we want to add a new middleware here, which is the scope middleware. Scope, it should be admin. So the user with the scope admin can only access these routes. If we go to the URL, we can see that invalid scope provided. So we cannot access that endpoint. The problem is that also the admin cannot access that URL. So if we go here to admin/users, we will get the same thing. Now let's make it possible to log in as an admin and to log in as an influencer. So first thing, we have to go to auth service provider. Here we will add the scopes that we want. So passports, token scan. Here we will add two scopes. One is admin access, and the other one is influencer access. This is just a description, but these keys are the important ones. How now can we put these keys to our login tokens? We do that in the login. So let's go to the login controller, auth controller, and in the login now, so when we create a token now, we will get the scope here, which is request input scope. And when we create a token, we'll set it by the scope here. And this is just a name, but this other parameter are the allowed scopes. So I will add scope here. So when we log in, we'll send a new parameter that we will set our login type, which is an admin login or an influencer login. Now let's try to log in and see if we can access. So let's go to our login, and we will log in as an influencer here, and the scope would be influencer. So now we are getting the token. If we use this token to our URL here, we will see that we still don't have access. But if we change the scope to admin, we get a new token that when we send it here to the headers, we get access. So this is the difference between the scopes and how can we access different accesses to different users. So here in the influencer, we will add middleware which will have the same things as admin, except for the scope, which will be influencer. We still don't have any routes yet that need the user to be logged in, but this is the main idea. One last change, let's go to auth controller also. We cannot log in as an admin when we are an influencer, so we will add an if condition here. If user is an influencer and scope is different than influencer, then we must return a bad response. So access denied, forbidden here. So we cannot log in as an admin when we are an influencer. So if we try to log in here, access denied. But if we change the email here, admin@admin.com, the password is password. Let's send a request and we are logged in now. Now we need to create the links. A link will be a new model where the influencer will share it and the other users will buy products from the link. So let's do it now. First, let's create the migration. PHP artisan make migration, create link table. Let's go to the table, create links table. Links will have a code, so will be a string. Code also will be unique. We don't want links to collide with each other, and they will have a foreign key with the users. So user ID. Let's add the foreign key here. Table foreign user ID, references ID on users. We also need to create a new table because links have multiple products, and we cannot create the connection here because we need a many-to-many relation table. So let's create the other one. PHP artisan make migration, create link products table. So this table, I will make it with an S here, so it should be link products. Let's remove the timestamps, and this will have a foreign key for the link ID, and this will have also a foreign key for the product ID. And let's copy it here for shortcut. It will have the link ID on links and the product ID on products. Now let's migrate. PHP artisan migrate. So this happened because I changed the product to products here, so I guess I have also to change the name here. Let me rename it products. Let's try to migrate again. PHP artisan migrate. So I successfully migrated. Now let's create the models. PHP artisan make model link. PHP artisan make model link product. Let's go to the link. Protected guarded ID here. And for the link product, let's copy this line, add it here, and also we need public timestamps equals to false. Now let's create the link controller. Artisan make controller influencer link controller. Let's go to the link controller. The influencer will only be able to create links. To use them, we will use them on the checkout. So this will have only public function store, and it will have the request. So to create a link, we need to use link create. Wait, we imported the wrong link here, so we have to use create here. We have to import our model here. So we need the user ID. In this case would be request user ID. And we need also the code. So the code will be a random string. So we will use str here from Illuminate support, and we will have a